These are the tools you're going to need. Bushing tool, light hammer, vernier calipers for accurate measuring of pivots, an assortment of bushes, pin vise, broaches various sizes, tweezers, a set of tools to use in the bushing tool. Right, let's get a start. We've got the first wheel here set up between the plates. First thing we'll do is we'll mark the first pivot that we're going to do. That's down on the base, so we'll just put a felt tip pen mark there so we know which hole we're working with. Remove the top plate, take out the verniers, then we'll measure the diameter, set it to 0 first, then we'll measure the diameter of the first pivot, 1.81 mil. I've jotted that measurement down on a notebook here. We don't trust any of this to memory. Then we'll get our box of bushes and start reading on the lid. We want 1.81 mil diameter. We've got 1.65, 1.7, 1.80, number 52. A number 52 version bush. Then place it in the palm of our hand and then see if the pivot will fit inside it, and it does. So we need to use the next size down and broach it out to the correct diameter. So we'll pop that back into the case, number 52. We'll get a number 51, test it again. This is 1.7, definitely doesn't fit. Now we read the spec on the box for number 51 bush. We see we need a 3.50 mil hole. So we'll jot that down. Now we need to put some tools into our bushing tool. Post down the bottom, and we'll put in our post for finding the centre of the hole. Now that's the hole that we're going to bush. We'll start off by putting the centre marking tool in place and then see how we can go to tighten it down. Tighten that down and that. Check it again, make sure it's in the centre. Tighten it down. Right. Move that tool. Now I've found over a long period of time the easiest way to remove material from that plate is to not go directly to the hole size you need, 3.50, but to come down 2 additional sizes, and it removes the material very easily. So we will start at 2.47 mil. That'll be the first hole that we will make. Tighten it into the tool, then lower it down onto the plate, holding the plate to make sure it's secure. Turn the handle with light pressure, you don't want too much pressure, light pressure, and wind it down till it goes through. Right, remove that. We'll go up one size, 2.97. Tighten it down. Secure the plate, and with a little bit of pressure, lower the tool down. Now the one we want, 3.47 mil. Secure the plate again and continue till it bottoms out. So take that reamer out. Now we put in a punch, tighten it down, and using a pair of tweezers, put the bush over the top of the hole. There you can see the bush. I'll place it in the hole. Now using our hammer, we tap the top of the bushing tool very lightly initially. Check, make sure that the bush is going level into the hole. Then lower the tool again. A couple of sharp hits with the hammer. Undo the clamp. And there is the new bushing. It's not ready yet. The pivot won't be able to fit in it, but we're now ready to start broaching the hole. First we'll check the pivot into the new bush we've put in, and it shouldn't fit. Alright, doesn't fit. Good. Now we'll select the broach. It just fits inside the hole that we can work with to enlarge it. This is the correct size broach that we'll be using. Place it in the hole of the bush. You can see it comes through partially, but this piece here is going to widen the hole out. So that is the correct one that we need. Now we need a pin vise to hold the broach in. Put it in, tighten it down. Then put the broach into the bush. Now before we start turning and opening the bush up, we use the tip down here. You don't hold the pin vise up here. You hold it down at the end, and you're looking for a 90-degree angle from the broach to the plate there and there. You can use as a reference the pillars, and it has to be 90 degrees all the way round in all angles. So you're referencing it that way on that plane and on that plane there. So we'll start off very gently. Blow away the material you've cut out and see if the pinion will fit in. No, but it's pretty close. Back again, line it up, keep it square. A couple of turns, check it again. Almost. Line it up, make sure we're square. Now, just fits in, but it's tight. So another couple of turns should be sufficient for the pivot to fit in. There it goes. We won't take any more material out of that yet. We'll wait until we've done the bush on the top plate we'll put them together. We'll then spin them, see whether it's tight or not. We'll also check for end play so that the wheel can move left and right between the plates. Right, I'll do the top plate, then we'll come back and pick up where we left off. Okay, I've done the bush on the top plate. As you can see, it's still tight. The wheel's not spinning and there's no end play. You can see in this bushing, the end of the arbor, the pivot is not sitting flush up against the side of the plate. That means I have to broach that bush out some more. Right, I've done a little bit more broaching on the top and the bottom plates. You can see that the wheel is spinning very freely now. Also, the end play. You can see it at the end of the pivots there. That's how freely a wheel should run once it's been repivoted. Now, having rebushed each of these three wheels individually and tested them, we now put the entire train together and test it to make sure it runs smoothly. There we have it. Tight fitting in each bush, every pinion. Sufficient end play to keep it moving so it won't stop the clock. And all spinning freely.